First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce that there are a few things you need to be considered during this event. First, arrive on time. Second, stay focused during the seminar. Third, keep your phone on silent. Fourth, don't leave trash behind. And last but not least, please come forward to fill the empty. The Honorable Professor Dr. Yatun Toibah, MSI, Dean of Faculty of Social and Science of UIN Jakarta, Mr. Muhammad Hassan PhD as Executive Director, the Habibie Center, Mr. Robi Sugara, the Head of International Department. Today's event, Mr. Sutono, Mrs. Rininta Nurrachmi, and Mrs. Rita Pawestri Setyaningsih. And also our moderator for today's agenda, Ms. SK Dwi Payana. So welcome to FISIP UIN Syarif Hidayatullah Jakarta. Ladies and gentlemen, and audiences both online and offline, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon and warm greetings to all. My name is Ali Umri, and I will be your host for today's event. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to this enlightening session of ASEAN Goes to Campus. On this beautiful afternoon of October 31st, 2024, we are gathered here to explore and discuss the fascinating intersection of economic integration, social development, and the promising realm of halal tourism in ASEAN. To delve deeper into the opportunities that halal tourism presents for ASEAN's economic growth and social development, the Habibie Center and FISIP UIN Jakarta, with support from Taipei Economic and Trade Office Jakarta, are hosting this forum to bring together stakeholders from various backgrounds. Today, we will explore crucial steps and strategies to enhance the halal tourism industry across our region. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to start this event, now we invite the Dean of FISIP UIN Syarif Hidayatullah Jakarta, Professor Zuriatun Toibah, MSc, MA, to deliver her speech. For Dr. Professor Zuriatun Toibah, MSc, MA, the floor is yours.
Thank you, MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's thank to Allah because in this afternoon we can be here to have a very important discussion. And I would like to mention the Honorable Pak Hasan Ansori, PhD, the Director of the Habibie Center. Welcome to FISIP. And also all speakers, Pak Anang Sutono, Ibu Rininta Nurrachmi, Ibu Rita Pawestri, Setyaningsih. Welcome to FISIP. I think except for Dr. Hasan Ansori, because he's also our lecturer. For the speakers, probably this is the first opportunity to come to FISIP. Thank you also for our moderator today, Ibu SK, and all participants, the guests, Stefani, and I forget again, Ashari. Thank you for your coming. I think this is the second time to FISIP. And for all students, our lovely student, thank you for your participation in this seminar. I think Pak Hasan Ansori really we are really grateful because he already bridged between FISIP in Jakarta and the Habibie Center. And then in this evening we will discuss economic integration and social development in ASEAN. ASEAN Goes to campus, opportunities for halal tourism. This is very important issue because FISIP and the Habibie Center, both of us really give priority how to strengthen democracy in especially in Indonesia, and also I think also not only in Indonesia but also in all countries. So as we focus on as we both focus on this issue, so this topic really important, because we want to make Indonesia more. We want to make democracy become stronger, and also for this occasion, I also want to thank to the Habibie Center because Habibie Center already bring many activities to FISIP, give opportunity for our student to have internship in the Habibie Center, and also send some of our lectures to have more international network to know about how to strengthen democracy. So this year, Habibie Center already facilitate our first dean to join the program, and hopefully in the future, the Habibie Center will give also opportunity for our student to learn more about democracy and other issue, not only in Indonesia and also in overseas. So hopefully Pak Hasan will bring you all to facilitate internship in many countries in Indonesia. For example, in Taiwan last week, I think we already get many information about Taiwan, and also in Singapore, probably in many countries, in Thailand, in US, or in other countries in Europe, and etc. I think Habibie Center has already has very various network how to strengthen topic on democracy, human rights, and other topic that also become our priority in FISIP. So again, I would like to thank to and also welcome to all speakers. Pak Anang Sutono, he will join us by Zoom, I guess, and I think he is already ready for presentation. And Ibu Rininta, Ibu Rita, and for you all, I hope you will enjoy this discussion. And then beside this discussion, we will have more opportunity and network to be developed in the future. Thank you again. Thank you for our lecture, Pak Kiki, Pak Robi already make this happen. Already make this event happen, and I think in the future we will have more discussion about the contemporary issue, and it makes FISIP, especially international relation. I think most of the students attend here is from International Relation Department, will engage in more recent issue intensively. Again, thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, thank you very much for Professor Zuriatun Toiba for the speech. Now we are moving on to the next speech. Will be delivered by Mr. Muhammad Hassan Ansori, PhD, as Executive Director, the Habibie Center. For Mr. Muhammad Hassan Ansori, PhD, the floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Honorable my colleague and good friend, Professor Duratun Toiba, Vice Dean of the Faculty of Political, Social and Political Sciences, UIN Jakarta. All the presenters, Mbak Rini, Mbak Rita, and Pak Anang, I think is still on the way. My colleague, Stephanie and Azhar from the Teto Jakarta office. And I also saw here some familiar faces, my colleague, Professor Kiki Rizki, the lecturer of the International Relations Department, and Professor Robi Sugara, chair of the International Relations Department, and other colleagues, and also my partners from the Habibie Center. First of all, I would like to thank to this faculty, FISIP, for the opportunity to collaborate to establish this important event, and also to the speakers for the time and thought and for being integral, for being important part of this event. And I would like also to thank to the Teto Jakarta office for providing the support of this event, and to all of you they coming and being here today. I think it is always good to get back to visit, like Ibu Iba said. Actually, I'm also the lecturer at the Department of Sociology. Actually, behind the idea of having this event is we would like to bring the young people and the students closer to the ASEAN issues, and at the same time we would like to actually build and develop the synergy and partnership between the think tank and the academia. So this is the event actually Habibie Center, have been working with other campuses as well, and under our long-established ASEAN Studies Center, we actually have been collaborating and working with other important strategic partner. We used to have been working with the ASEAN Secretariat. We have also good partnership with our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we have also been collaborating with other museums to ASEAN. Yeah, Korean museum to ASEAN, Chinese museum to ASEAN, US museum to ASEAN. So the Habibie Center have been really engaged and good foundation collaboration with the issues of ASEAN. Like behind the scene, we had a discussion with Professor Robi Sugara, and if it is good, we would like to have our researcher at the ASEAN Studies program to give some lecture in the class in the next semester as the visiting lecturer to share the issue of ASEAN, and I think this will be a big opportunity as well. So within this event, actually would like to discuss other kind of different issues in ASEAN, and today we see that the issue of tourism industry, we see the important part of our current ASEAN economic growth and people-to-people connection. But we don't like to forget about the halal-friendly tourism, which is also have very great potential in ASEAN. Considering the larger number of Muslim people in our region, as well as we have very diverse tourism destiny in ASEAN. And we also would like to bring, to look at other best practices in the world, like, Taiwan, for instance, that have been a good best an example of how halal tourism is, really very seriously and sophisticatedly implemented, when make it, for instance, like part of the policy of New Southbound policy, particularly in relation to the relation with the ASEAN and Southeast Asian country, So halal tourism, I think we see as main of the policy of the New Southbound policy. So it's good here in Indonesia. Why we talk ASEAN? Because we don't see ASEAN without Indonesia. We cannot think ASEAN without Indonesia, and this is the reason why we would like to make sure that Indonesian young people, youth, students, they live familiar and know well about Indonesia, about ASEAN in the future. And this is the reason why we really need to collaborate and make this event ASEAN Goes to Campus. Although tomorrow here on Friday, there is also another event they call KPU Goes to Campus. So we have also similar events. So ASEAN Goes to Campus and KPU Goes to Campus will be the same here tomorrow. So hopefully, this event will be very beneficial and productive for the student, and will be good exchange and interaction between us. So thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
All right, thank you very much for Mr. Muhammad Hassan Ansori, PhD, for the remarkable speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving on to the main agenda, which is the presentation and discussion by our speakers, and will be followed by the Q&A session. We invite our speakers and moderators to the stage, and the moderator for this session is Ms. Eska Dwi Payana, MA, who will also introduce the speakers and manage the discussion. Without further ado, let's welcome Ms. Eska Dwi Payana, MA, to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, before we moving on to the main agenda, we would like to do some documentation for Professor Zuriatin Toiba MSA, MA, and for all the lecturer, all the speakers. We invite to the stage to come forward to do documentation together. Okay, I will count down in 3, 2, 1, cheese. 3, 2, 1, cheese. So all attendees and the participants, please stand up because we are going to photo session together with all the speakers and the lecturers. So all the participants, please, untuk kepada seluruh peserta boleh dipersilakan untuk berdiri karena kita akan melakukan dokumentasi. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, cheese. Right, 3, 2, 1, cheese. All right. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to the main agenda as I announced before. And we also would like to invite all the speakers. The first speaker is Mr. Anang Sutono, which is, we can see on the screen maybe. And then the second speaker, we invite Mrs. Rininta Nurrachmi to the stage. And the third speaker, Mrs. Rita Pawestri Setyaningsih, to the stage.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's seminar titled Economic Integration and Social Development in ASEAN, Opportunities for Halal Tourism. I am SK Dwipayana and I will be your moderator for today's seminar. To give you an overview of what we will be discussing, we will be covering some of the issues are as follows. The first is to identify the potential economic growth in ASEAN by appraising the importance of the halal tourism industry, and the second, to explore the current state of development of halal tourism industry in ASEAN and its external partners, and the last is to compile best practice of halal tourism development in and beyond ASEAN. Now, I will read one by one our agenda today. We only have 2 sessions in this seminar. The first session is presentation time from the speaker. We have 3 speakers. And the second session is question and answer or opinion from the participants. Before we begin, I would like to introduce you our speaker. We already have 3 speakers here. They are Bapak Anang Sutono. Bapak Anang Sutono, he is Associate Professor in NHI Bandung Tourism, Polytechnic, and he is also former Senior Advisor for the Indonesian Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy. And the second, Ibu Rininta Nurrachmi. She is lecturer in Universitas Internasional Indonesia. And the last one, Ibu Rita Pawestri Setyaningsih. She is researcher, Research Center for Area Studies in National Research and Innovation Agency or BRIN. Okay, without further ado, I would like to welcome our speaker to start the presentation. This is the time to hear presentation from our first speaker. Please join me in welcoming Bapak Anang Sutono. Bapak Anang Sutono will deliver a presentation about halal tourism in ASEAN, the current state of development in ASEAN member state. Bapak Anang Sutono will present online, Zoom, or on Zmeet. So the participant, please pay attention on the screen in front of you. And Bapak Anang Sutono, the time is yours.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, very good. Well, thank you very much indeed for this opportunity, Prof. Zuriatun, and then the director of Habibie Center, Pak Hasan Ansori, and then Prof. Kiki, Prof. Robi Sugara, and also Ibu Rini, Ibu Rita, Ibu SK, thank you very much for the opportunity, and then all lecturers, students, and participants. Well, if any, Pak Lutfi, can you please help me to share the screen? Well, I'm so much sorry for not being able to attend in person because a lot of things to be considered. Well, I'm thinking about the opportunity of how halal tourism value chain is actually a really important topic to discuss today. At the beginning, yes, NHI atau NHI is one of the oldest hotel and tourism school in Indonesia. We were established in 1962. Is the presentation on already? Okay. Ibu SK, can I?
Yes.
Yes.
You please to present
Can
your presentation.
Yes, that's good then. Okay, very good. Well, halal tourism value chain. So, how to strengthen, more specifically, in the perspective in Southeast Asia. Well, yes, I've been very happy because I was chosen by the Minister of Tourism of Republic Indonesia at the time as the national coordinator for halal accelerated development. So I have many opportunity to develop not only based on the conceptual, but I'm very happy because then I bring Indonesia to be the first rank in Indonesia. Indonesia is the first rank in the world. It is actually joined first rank with Malaysia. Can I see the next slide, please? Well, the outline for today, I'm going to focus on the perspectives, issues, trends, challenges, and opportunity related to halal tourism, and then how the ecosystem model of Muslim-friendly tourism or halal tourism value chain related to smart MFT hub. MFT stands for Muslim-friendly tourism. So then what the strategic plan, the priority program, and strategic and tactical recommendation. Okay, next slide, please. Yes. Well, let's start from the perspective. Next. Next. Yes. Well, if we see, no, before. If we see from the perspective in line with the Muslims, I would say that Muslims are the fastest growing consumer segment in the world. So any company or country that is not considered how to serve them is or will be missing significant opportunity to growth, more specifically in the economic side. Next. So let me tell you in brief about what is halal tourism and what is Muslim-friendly tourism. So I would like to start from halal tourism. Halal tourism is used to refer to the tourism segment which is caters to the faith-based. What kind of base it is? Faith-based, the need of Muslim travelers. So the level of Muslim friendly services can be varied, but the most important thing that halal friendly may also convey the same meaning in the term of Muslim friendly or Muslim services facilities that can be many varieties. Indonesia at the beginning using halal tourism, and then now is changing to be a Muslim friendly tourism. But if we compare, Malaysia is also using Muslim-friendly tourism, but Thailand using a halal tourism, Singapore is using halal tourism, and there are a lot of countries using different things. But more specifically, I would like to share in line with my statement, when it was in 2020, I defined Muslim-friendly tourism is a set of, seperangkat, ya, is a set of an extended services, seperangkat layanan tambahan in line with amenities, means that tourism amenities, tourism attraction, and tourism accessibilities, what for, aim and provided to meet the needs, wants, and experiences of Muslim tourists or Muslim travelers. So in short, I would say that I defined this and I put it into the journal and so on and so on. So you may check in my Google Scholar and in Scopus, in ResearchGate, Semantic Scholar. So I'm very confident to say that Muslim-friendly tourism is actually just a set of connected services. Sebuah layanan tambahan terkait dengan amenity, tourism attraction, and accessibility. So why it is important for me to highlight, because there is always needs, wants, and experiences of Muslim travelers. When the Muslim travelers need halal food, means that the countries, the company, hotel, destination should be able to provide halal food. But what is halal food? Halal food is one which is really considered to be an Islamic teaching. So nothing is more than we follow that halal tourism is a very fundamental things. Most specifically is a halal food. Next, please. So when we are talking about value chain, what is value chain? Because this is a very important to talk about value chain. So value chain is a series of a process or activities. Means that starting from the tourists before they come to Indonesia, let's say, or before they come to Malaysia, what they think that what will I get to fulfill my needs, my expectation, my experiences. So the value chain is the product with its role providing a complete value for the tourists. And then what is the tourism value chain? This is actually an approach that focusing on the full range of activities. Full range of activities that is really required to deliver tourism product and services. So the value chain approach aims to explore potential points of influence that will assist developing systematic competitive value chain that enable inclusive and sustainable economic growth. So this is really important. Next. Yes, indeed, I would say when we are talking about Muslim demographics and travel market, so as Pak Hassan Ansori told us that Indonesia should be able to play in very strategic things. If we see from the data saying that 230 juta, there will be 230 million arrivals. Who those are Muslim travelers. So I would say that by the end of 2028, itu akan ada sekitar 230 juta Muslim travelers mobility. And they are going to spend more than 225 billion. Kalau ini dikonversi, jadi pergerakan turis yang sebanyak 230 juta itu, kalau dikonversi itu menjadi lebih dari 3.000 triliun. So we can imagine what is the position of Indonesia. Kalau Indonesia kita diam-diam saja, if we keep silent, then nothing will be impacting to the economic points of view. So I would say that Indonesia should play a very important role in line with the halal food, in line with any things that I'm going to talk about later on. Next, please. Well, from those big number of Muslim travelers, it is then dominated by Muslim millennial travelers. So we have to prepare the needs, the wants, and the experiences of Muslim millennial travelers. Because the data says that 60% of Muslims are below 30, and then 36% of Muslim travelers in 2016 were millennials. 33% of them are being Z generation, and more than 80% are Muslim millennial. So we have to prepare for this, and I think this is really a good data that we are going to things what we have to do. Next. Well, let's start with the issue, what happened is actually in other countries. So if we see from Malaysia, for example, and then Malaysia stated directly that they pick into $1 billion Muslim tourist market. So because the huge market, so Malaysia has been established a kind of agency which is directly under the Ministry of Pelancongan in Malaysia. So by doing this, the tourism business can leverage Malaysia, the government of Malaysia and the entirety of industry believe that tourism business will be growing and can leverage the capability of services. So why it happened? Because the unique needs of Muslim-friendly travel and hospitality. So we can see also that ASEAN scores strongly on Muslim Travel Index. Next. We are also see that Southeast Asia remains as a leading Muslim tourist destination. Indonesia and Malaysia tie for the top spot. So that is what I have told you just now, that actually we are the same rank, the first rank in the world. And then Southeast Asia leads a world's top Muslim tourist destination in 2024. But this is actually questionable because we are very slow in providing needs, wants, and experiences of Muslim travelers. Why I say it is very slow? Because, well, the policy coming from the government, from BPJPH, from Ministry of Tourism are very slow in line with the halal certification. Even though there are new good initiatives coming from our minister that for UMKM, for small medium enterprises, the halal certification is free. But you know, you can imagine that there are a million thousand of product in small medium enterprises that should be certified. Okay, next please. Well, you see, as I told you that Thailand is to become halal center in Southeast Asia by 2028. So Thailand is also very smart because even though the number of population of Thailand is not populated Muslim population domination, but they believe that because of this is industry based, this is a business based, because they understand that the number of tourists will be really impacting to the state earning. So that is the reason they focus on Muslim travelers as a huge market. And also Philippines expand Muslim-friendly tourism with new halal initiative. Philippines launches Muslim-friendly cove at the island, which is in Boracay, and also somewhere in Davao. Vietnam also the same. Next. Malaysia strategic move. Yes, Singapore is always also focusing on the halal travel guidebook. They do a lot of things to serve, to provide a good service quality for Muslim travelers. So what happened with Indonesia? Indonesia also having a strong belief that become one halal center is very, very important. So we do like an acceleration or something. Next. Well, this is what I've told you, that Indonesia and Malaysia in rank number 1. So it means that it is good to start from right now. I would say that Indonesia is no more in the crossroad. When we declare Indonesia is a top number 1 as Muslim travelers destination, means that we have to be responsible. So let's see, all of these are very important to understand that this data is related to how the policy should be delivered and how industry is actually should be taken apart. Next, please. Well, this is the challenges. The Muslim travel market is growing, but what happened with the millennials? What happened with the unicorns? And the halal tourism industry facing disruption. Yes, I think it is like a dilemma in Indonesia. Even when we say halal tourism, someone say, why halal tourism, Pak? There are a lot of questions, there are a lot of debate, and we are not very happy with that because we cannot move forward. It is good to start by saying that actually halal tourism is really similar with a Muslim-friendly tourism or halal-friendly tourism. Okay, next. Yes, this is an opportunity, global trends that are shaping the Muslim travel market. As we always understand that tourism is focusing on sustainability. So eco-friendly tourism is really important, and it is really related to halal tourism. Health, wellness tourism is also related to the market that we have to focus on. Experiential and authentic travel, and then personal development travel is also one of very important. So actually industry, government should hand in hand in line with how to serve in a good quality of tourism, most specifically for Muslim travelers, and most specifically for millennial Muslim travelers. Next, please. This is also the data saying that the 3 key demographics that will drive halal travel. Muslim millennial travelers should be really important because they will be our huge market. Muslim women travelers, and then Z generation travelers. Next. So that is the ecosystem model of Muslim-friendly tourism, halal value chain, and smart Muslim-friendly tourism hubs. Next. Well, halal tourism, as I told you, or Muslim-friendly tourism is a set of extended services. So when on those 4 important things. But I'm very happy to let you know that it is good to start from the end. What is the end? So we have to know exactly the beneficial values of tourism destination. What is the beneficial values of tourism destination? It is number 1, economic. Number 2 is socio and cultural, and then environmental, and then experience and the knowledge. So when we are talking about halal tourism, in line with the value chain, we have to start from the destination, and then marketing, and then industry, and then institutional atau kelembagaan. So let's start from why destination should be strengthening related to halal friendly. Because amenity and product is very, very important. This is the baseline that we are going to give a good quality, once again, a good quality of services for Muslim travelers' mobility. And then why strengthening marketing? You know, Malaysia, Thailand, and many other ASEAN countries, they are very focused on Muslim travelers' market segments. So Indonesia should also focusing on branding, advertising, selling, and also internal marketing. So the next is, what about the industry? Industry is always really fashionable in line with the certification. So halal certification is really important. When we go to hotel, let's say, so we have a restaurant or any kind of destination, we have to make sure that the menu served, the cuisine served, the meal served should be certified halal. Means that we can do like a traceability system. So I guess starting from next year, Departemen Ekonomi Keuangan Syariah Bank Indonesia is going to create a digital traceability system for halal. I think it is good. Teman-teman mahasiswa, I think you have a good opportunity because until starting from yesterday, actually, in Jakarta Convention Center, you may go because there is a big event, really big event in line with the ISEF, Indonesia Syariah Economy Festival, and they are talking about halal tourism. They are talking about Muslim-friendly tourism. They are talking about medical tourism. They are talking about fashion. They are about hijabers, talking about a lot of things. So you still have an opportunity to go, and you see what happened in the ISEF forum. And then the fourth is about strengthening institutional. When we are talking about Muslim-friendly tourism, yes, it is interrelated. Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Creative Economy, BPJPH, and then Majelis Ulama Indonesia. So how can they synergize to put into one effort that Indonesia has a strong belief that Muslim-friendly tourism will be really, really and fundamentally important because it is going to be the state earning, right? Well, after understanding how to strengthen the halal tourism destination and marketing and industry base and also institutional, let's see that actually when we are talking about how to do, we have what's called smart Muslim-friendly hubs. So Muslim-friendly hub is actually not only physical but non-physical. This is really digital-based. So all those things, Malaysia is focused on digital marketing. Singapore, Thailand, Philippines, many other countries. What about Indonesia? We don't have this kind. So we still have this kind, but very independent. So it is good to start by having smart Muslim-friendly tourism hubs. So what is actually very important to be focused on? Well, the tourists coming, we have to provide what's so-called thematic calendar of event. I'm now working with my team in Enhai Halal Tourism Center, supported by a central bank or Bank Indonesia, is focusing on creating a model for Agam, more specifically in Buya Hamka village. We call it what's so-called once in the Buya Hamka Kampung, and then the other one is in Lombok in Bilibanti, Sungai Batang and Bilibanti. So we are trying to start from the small things. We're creating smart MFD hubs. So this is the quick wins. We have a thematic, we have excellence creative product and thematic program activity. So can I start directly? Because I think my time is not. It's just only 15 minutes. Next, please. Yes. Teman-teman, you may check this. I have published this into Scopus Index. This is based on the research. So when we are talking about Muslim-friendly tourism destination, we at least should have what so called two things. The first is fundamental attribute for halal. So we are focusing on halal food, clean prayer, and what so called sanitasi. Jadi there is a good question coming from many people to me. Pak, kenapa harus berbicara halal food? Halal food is a must. Kenapa kita harus berbicara musola yang bersih, tempat ibadah yang bersih? Bukannya kita punya banyak. Yes, we have a lot of musola, we have a lot of masjid. But bersih apa tidak? Turis maunya yang bersih. Kenapa kita harus perlu toilet yang bersih? Karena kebersihan adalah sebenarnya at least menjadi a part of us. And then secondly, fundamental attribute. Secondly is experiences attribute. So we are talking about activities, tour packages, program design, event, calendar of event, Islamic community, and so on and so on. I have sent some of books created to Pak Lutfi. I think Pak Lutfi, you can share to the student as well to understand more about how the panduan of Muslim traveler, how to be Muslim travelers engagement and so on. So there are 4 books that I have shared to Pak Lutfi. So hopefully Pak Lutfi can share and disseminate to others. And so short, I can move. Let me move directly to the strategic and tactical recommendation. What is the urgency of halal tourism? Please go to the urgency of halal tourism. This is strategic plan. I think you can go with this. Next. Okay, next. Yes, good. Bapak Ibu, teman-teman, beloved students, this is the urgency of halal tourism in Indonesia. So we don't have this kind. I spoke to the minister, to Mr. Sandiaga Uno, to focus on this. If not, then Indonesia is going to lag behind because many ASEAN countries are doing this kind. So we have, number one, establishing halal tourism master plan. We don't have Indonesia Halal Tourism Master Plan. Well, actually, I initiated in 2019. The document I have shared to Pak Lutfi, but well, we have to revise. We have to make it better. And then in line with the urgency of halal tourism, number 2 is developing digital technology, digital market. Everything is, well, we compare, once you touch down in Bangkok, then you just write down, open your Google, and then you write down, where is a halal restaurant? There are so many applications saying this is a halal restaurant. Indonesia, we cannot find this. And then number 3, delivering the quality of product and services. We are very happy with this. Indonesia is now moving forward because UMKM, as I told you, is facilitated by the Ministry of Finance to get a free certification. So when there is a halal certification, means that the quality of product and services is guaranteed. And then number 4, encouraging global standard and certification. Yes, indeed, we need a global standard. We need a certification. NHI Halal Tourism Center has just proposed, we call it a Muslim-friendly travel index. So that kind of index, if we use as a reference, so in every destination, we put into the global standard and certification. You may also check in Google about a Muslim-friendly travel index. That is actually the global index measurement, the global certification that can address. Of course, developing human resources. Juleha, we need more juru masak yang certified halal from the chef, from the cook, guide, halal guide. This also, we also need it. And then aligning stakeholders, leveraging Muslim travelers' arrivals. Next, please. This is the strategic recommendation. Number 1, we have to put establishing regulation related to the Halal Tourism Master Plan, roadmap, and priorities. Well, yesterday I met the new minister, Ms. Widianti Putri Wisnuwardana. I have shared about this idea, and I give like the books which is called Pedoman Dasar Penyelenggaraan Pariwisata Ramah Muslim. So you may also check in the Instagram or any other social media. Just yesterday. And the number 2, the strategic recommendation is strengthening the competitiveness index of destination. Once again, global standard, global certificates. So how can we strengthening the competitiveness index of destination? Not only destination, but also industry, but also innovation and creation of halal products. Strengthening the quality and the number of tourist visits, ensuring the performance of halal tourism institution based on the synergy, integration, transaction, investment, financing, and education. Well, I'm very happy because there are now many perguruan tinggi, many universities are creating halal centers. Halal center, it's good because we will have many thoughts to deliver, many thoughts to share. Delivering smart halal tourism hub to leverage the tactical actions. So my last slide is tactical recommendation. Can you please go my next slide? Yes, this is a tactical recommendation. Teman-teman, if you can focus on this as a research material, you may consider that strengthening halal tourism destination by creating local champion and local business entity is very important. What is local champion? Pada saat kita berbicara local champion, we have passion. Jadi setiap destinasi pariwisata itu pasti ada local champion, ada initiator yang memiliki strong belief bahwa halal tourism or Muslim friendly tourism is going to be very fundamental in delivering a good quality of services addressing to Muslim travelers. Nomor dua adalah strengthening halal tourism business product and services according to the needs, desire, experience of tourists. Which tourists? Of course, this is most specifically Muslim millennial tourists, Muslim millennial travelers. And then the third, integrating halal tourism destination business system from upstream to downstream. It is good also to consider when we are talking about halal, digital halal traceability system happen, then hopefully the integrating of halal, most specifically in a business system, will be easily established. And then the last is focusing halal tourism destination business value chain by strengthening the beneficial values of economy, socio-cultural, environment, experience, and knowledge. My last statement, next please, next. Yes, teman-teman, terutama mahasiswa, you may reach me if you have a passion in line with a Muslim-friendly tourism. My last statement, Indonesia in the position of ASEAN countries, then frankly speaking, we still in the crossroad. Kita masih di persimpangan jalan. So this is our challenge, all stakeholders challenge. Kita sebagai akademisi, we cannot keep silent. We have to do something. So when academicians can create many other thoughts, so it will be really good for the government, for the industry, for the society, and even for the media, and even for the politicians. So I think that's all from my side. I'm very happy to share. So we may have a new perspective. I'm very happy to get the feedback because sharing for me is learning. So I'm also very happy to listen from your sharing. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your ideas with us, Pak Anang Sutono. I'm sure your audience has learned a lot from you today. Specifically when Pak Anang explained about where is Indonesian position in halal tourism, it compared to another countries in ASEAN, we have still a little position more than Thailand, Malaysia, maybe also Singapore.
We are in the crossroad, di persimpangan jalan.
Once again, big round of applause please to our speakers. Thank you, Pak Anang.
Yes.
Now it's time to hear to our second speaker, Ibu Rininta Nurrachmi. Ibu Rininta Nurrachmi will deliver a presentation about economic and social perspective of halal tourism development in ASEAN. So please give a warm welcome to Ibu Rininta Nurrachmi.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I see some sleepy faces. Have you your lunch already? Okay, thank you. So my topic is almost similar with Dr. Anang have mentioned before. It's about ASEANs. I'm representing from Universitas Islam International Indonesia, located in Depok. You can call me Rini. Next slide, please. Okay, we're going to have a discussion right now. It's a simple discussion. If you have comments on the slide, please let me know. So this is a discussion flows that we're going to have today. Previously, I'm thanking the committee for inviting me for these sessions, and also thank you for having me here. And we're going to have an introduction, what is Islamic tourism, concepts and dimension and everything, what is the basic things about Islamic tourism. Next slide, please. So this is a lot of concepts on Islamic tourism. So you heard about like spiritual tourism, Sharia, religious, which one is you familiar with? Islamic tourism or halal tourism? Halal, right? Yes. Religious tourism. So, in a simple way, it's not everything about Islam. So there are also religious tourism related to Buddhism, Hinduism, Christian. So if we can specify it on religious, like countries with majorities of Buddhists in Thailand, they also have a religious tourism. So for countries with majorities of Muslim, they have an Islamic tourism. So it's more on the perspective on the people who see it. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so what is the benefit of Islamic tourism? So if we want to specify it on the Muslims only, so what is the prospect? So this is everything is about the economic purpose. So when we see previously before the halal trend is happening, people are getting revenues from producing cars, vehicle, electricities. But when the halal trend is coming up, so they prefer to approaching the halal trend like Islamic tourism, halal food, not only with countries with the Muslim majority, but countries with minorities like Japan, Russia, South Korea, anything that can be related to halal can be beneficial for them to get revenues. So rather than producing cars or handphones, why not producing a halal food that can approach Muslims? Because we see that Muslims are increasing every year. Almost like 60% of Muslims in the world is coming from Southeast Asia. So we see that Indonesia and Malaysia is the highest populated Muslims. And yes, Southeast Asia is the highest Muslim population. So if we're talking about ASEAN, there are 10 countries in ASEAN which can be a good market from Islamic tourism. So you see that natural condition and geographical condition, we are tropical countries, so it's very comfortable. So there is no winter, so we can approach like visitors to come to here without worrying whether there's a winter or maybe there's a other season that threaten the visitors. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, introduction. So Muslim tourism is coming, and it is highest after the China. So if they are looking at the profit or the economic condition, currently there are many vendors trying to approaching this business like halal booking, halal trip, and halal travel guide. So this is a beneficial industry, and also the demand is very high. When we see that the awareness of Islamic knowledge is increasing among the Muslims right now, so you see that sustainability is also approaching the Islamic finance. So everything's kind of a halal trend environment. Okay, next slide. Okay. Oh, I want to ask you questions. Why do you travel? Is it to get knowledge, experience? Yeah, become a better you? Yeah. So there are many reasons why people travel. So we're not talking about the Islamic travel, but more to why do you travel? So in Islam, we are recommended to travel. So since the Prophet era, so Hajj, pilgrimage, so we already travel according to Surah Al-Hajj and Surah Al-Kabut. And also by traveling, we can see that there are many things new we can get, searching of knowledge. Maybe if you plan to study overseas or outside Indonesia, besides getting knowledge, you can also get a new environment, new network, international network, so you can gain a lot of opportunities when you are traveling. So there are many benefits. That's why in Islam, we are recommended to travel. If you are worried about where is the budget, so what about the money? There are many things, so you can join like free travels, or maybe you can join a conference, free conference. They always provide like a free transportation as long as you get the papers accepted. So there are many ways for you to travel without worrying about how many budget you will have. Okay, next slide. Okay, the concept of Islamic tourism and what is the motivation before this? So if you see that there are economic, cultural, and religious concepts. So the first thing is the incidence of 9/11. I know it's quite long, 2001. But after that condition, people are more aware whether there is it a terrorism in Islam, is it the Islamophobia. So the non-Muslim is more aware of what is the teaching of Islam. So they are want to learn more, and also the travel ban. If you go to the United States with the religious names such as Ali, Muhammad, or Yusuf, it's going to be hard for them to enter the United States. So that's why not approaching them if they want to travel by going to Southeast Asia and promoting Islamic tourism, which is more comfortable for them. And also religious conservative. So there are many historical traces we can learn from the Islam, such as not only masjid, but cemetery, or maybe old buildings. There are many things. Next. Yes, we have 10 ASEAN members, associations of Southeast Asian nation. Timor-Leste is still in process, so you see only 10 countries in here. So Indonesia has the highest one, and the highest populated for Muslim is Malaysia and Indonesia. So do you think which country has the highest tourist arrivals? Malaysia, right? Yeah. So we can see that after the pandemic, so while the pandemic, tourism business is going down, but after that, people are eager to go out to travel a lot rather than staying at home. So certain countries try to promote more on their tourism, because we feel that when we travel, we gain a lot of knowledge, refreshing, and it's more relaxed, right? Rather than staying at home watching TVs or maybe going to the restaurant. So Malaysia is the top one, because this is still like tourism arrivals without seeing whether this is Islamic tourism or not. But it's all supported by the government. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, so currently the trend of SDGs is still going on until 2030. So if you can relate how the Islamic tourism can beneficial for the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, if we provide like one resort with the Islamic tourism, it gives a lot of opportunities with hiring new people and environmentally friendly. So SDGs number 8, 12, 14, 15, 16, and 17 can be achieved. So there are many benefits if you can promote Islamic tourism better. Okay, next slide. After this. Yes, okay. So Islamic tourism in ASEAN. So I only focus on 4 countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Philippines. So there are several things have been mentioned before by Dr. Anang. So Indonesia, it is the highest Muslim countries. So it's like we're competing with the Malaysia to approach the visitors to visit the Islamic tourism. But somehow, there's because the promotion of halal tourism in Malaysia is expanding. They have the halal industry master plan since 2006, and also they have an Islamic Tourism Center. So everything is based on the government policy. Everything is based on the leader, because they see that this is a good opportunity for them to get revenues besides other producing like goods or maybe cars or maybe electricity. And also there's a prominent one for Thailand and Philippines. Although they are Muslim minority countries, they see these opportunities very good. They have Muslim but very small numbers, while Thailand, they provide frequently airplane for the OIC countries to visit Thailand. And also they are the fifth highest producers to export halal goods to the OIC countries. Maybe if you have a chance to visit Thailand, they have these booths which provide a lot of halal food. Although majority is Buddhism, but the government's very supported in providing Islamic tourism, halal tourism, and halal food, so everything about halal, because they see that this is a good, very good opportunities to gain more revenues and gain more income to the countries. And Philippines also like following what have Thailand been done, so they are more focused on Islamic tourism by providing a prayer places, halal food. It's like the emerging Muslim friendly. So because they may be targeting on Indonesia, because somehow like Muslim Indonesia, if we travels, we prefer to see which places provide halal food. So by promoting the Islamic tourism in Philippines, so it's very comfortable for Indonesian to come and also Malaysia, so we can explore more on other countries besides our countries. Okay, next slide. Okay, there are also other countries like Brunei. Brunei already implement the Sharia law, but since this is a small country, while other countries like Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, it is a low income, but somehow there's a political issues that may slow down the development of Islamic tourism. Although if you see that a lot of Muslims in Cambodia, Myanmar, and Laos, they study in Malaysia, but when they return back to the countries, they can like promoting Islamic tourism well. Although this is still a small step, but there's a progress for that one. Vietnam and Singapore. Singapore also see that Islamic tourism is a business. So you can see that a lot of stalls providing a halal food in Singapore. And Singapore is also planning to open Islamic University College in the future. So maybe this is an opportunity for them to provide a new knowledge for the Islamic tourism. Okay, next slide. Okay, dimension. So Islamic tourism can provide a wider perspective. We're not talking about resort, praying, or other things, but it's also can provide like a halal hotel, transport, package tour, halal food, Islamic finance. So if you're talking about Islamic tourism, there are many sectors that get benefit from this. But if you're only talking about the halal foods, is only food and beverage. Islamic finance is only like banking and insurance. But when you're talking about Islamic tourism, it can provide a lot of sectors and also benefit for the people also, and also for the countries who are planning to develop the Islamic tourism, such as Malaysia. Malaysia is like doing exhibition almost like 16 years. So everything is supported by the government because they see that this is a very good opportunities and can gain a lot of revenues. Okay, next slide. Okay, since this is a digital era, so all of you familiar with ChatGPT, right? You have your application? Yeah, so if you plan to travel, this is your plan to do like pre-trip, post-trip, staying trip, so you can just find a tourist recommendation and also which place that provide a halal food and provide a feedback, so everything can be accessed easily as long you are using a ChatGPT. So digitalize is very helping a lot of travelers to come. So while we are maybe the Islamic tourism providers, provide a lot of information about places that easy to get and halal food that affordable. Okay, next slide. Okay, so this is how to promote Islamic tourism effectively and efficiently. Although maybe Indonesia still need a lot of support for the government, but for us, maybe all of you students who plan to be like open an agencies for Islamic tourism, this can be your ways for you to promote the Islamic tourism, like visiting masjid and also provide an application or website that give a lot of information about Islamic tourism, where to get halal food, and engage young tourism. And also, we're not focusing on Muslim only. Why not focusing non-Muslim who also want to learn or study more about Islam? So that's a way for us to promote the Islamic tourism. And social media is also very important. So you know the TikTok, Instagram, so you can hire influencers to promote the Islamic tourism in your cities or in your countries. Okay, next slide. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you get the benefit from the information. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you to Ibu Rininta Nurrachmi for sharing your knowledge and insight with us today. We have learned a lot about your presentation and how it relates to today tourism in ASEAN. There are 4 countries as a player in ASEAN area, but let's see how Malaysian is more better than Indonesia. To be honest, I just went to Malaysia a week ago, but for medical tourism, because the some culture Indonesia and Malaysia make easy to Indonesian to come to Malaysia because so many prior room, halal food and so on. So Indonesia need to improve or develop how to make confident the foreign tourism when they come to Indonesia. Such as we have Wali Songo, but the government really not concerned about the religion tourism like Sunan, like Wali Songo. I think it's really important for Japanese culture. Okay, now let's move to our third speaker. Our third speaker is Ibu Rita Pawestri Setyaningsih. Ibu Rita Pawestri Setyaningsih will deliver a presentation about the rapid growth of halal tourism in Taiwan. Lesson learned. Ibu Rita Pawestri Setyaningsih, the floor is yours. And please join me welcoming Ibu Rita Pawestri.
Terima kasih teman-teman. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Professor Iba, and then Dr. Ansori, Dr. Robi, Mr. Robi, and then all of the speakers, and colleagues from Teto, and also my friends here. It is very nice to be here, and I would like to share my knowledge about the halal tourism in Taiwan. After we listened the lecture from the previous speakers, do you want to travel to Taiwan, guys? Okay. Who have visited Taiwan? Anyone? No? Who wants to visit Taiwan? Only 1, 2, 3. Why? Not many. Oh. Have you heard about Taiwan? Do you know Taiwan? Oh, make a note, Stephanie. I think you need to introduce more about Taiwan here. So you are now at the bachelor degree, S1. And then next time you can continue your master's degree in Taiwan. There are a lot of scholarship there. I will not talk about the education in Taiwan right now, but when you are going to Taiwan, while you are studying, you can also visit Taiwan and enjoy Taiwan. Okay, agree? Okay. Now, I would like to share my experience. I actually visited Taiwan in 2008 when I took language studies there. And then after that, I visited Taiwan quite often, and it makes me understand the progress of how Taiwan developed the halal tourism. Okay. So this is the agenda today. I will point six. I will explain 6 points. Next, please. Okay. So maybe not a lot of you haven't known about the Taiwan halal tourism. Even though Taiwan is dominated by Buddhism, also Taoism, but Taiwan also developed the halal tourism industry. As the previous speaker said, that halal is already known. But which definition is taken by Taiwan in implementing the halal tourism? The second one, that is like common tourism, but also provided by with the amenities, with the other facilities that will make the Muslim visitors easy to perform their worship, and also they don't need to worry about leaving the worship while traveling. Okay, next please. Okay, this is the phases of development of Taiwan halal industry. The first one was in 2009 when I received a brochure showing that Taiwan welcomes Muslim traveler. It was very surprising for me because before Taiwan has never introduced about that. But after that I saw that actually not many progress. In 2011, for example, not much progress that I could see. Maybe because there was no guidance for Taiwan to implement this industry. So there was a slow progress. And then in 2016, when the leader of Taiwan started to focus on the new Southbound policy, have you heard about that, guys? No, not yet. Okay, I will tell you later. So after the introduction of the NSP, it was the first time the authority implement the halal tourism under the name of Muslim-friendly tourism. So NSP is like guidance for the government to make a strategic policy. One of the aim is how to enhance the people and people relation, and tourism is one of the way to enhance the people tourism. Okay, next please. And how Taiwan implement the practice in terms of the policy and the infrastructure development. Before I told you that Islam was actually alien. Do you know alien? Yes, alien is something that we don't know yet. So Islam was not well known in Taiwan. A lot of people, a lot of Taiwanese do not know about Islam, about Muslim, and then they try to learn how Islam is, how Muslim is. So at that time, the increasing number, as the previous speakers told us about why a lot of countries try to develop this industry, many factors, including the changing of people's lifestyle, because they think that traveling is necessary. The next one is because they want to go with family. They want to travel to somewhere that is attractive, and they want to get new experience, for example. And also because Taiwan would like to reduce the dependency with China. Do you know what happened? The relation between China and Taiwan? No, okay, just listen to me then. Facilities that have to be developed in, excuse me, before, please. Oh, that is the trouble. Okay, in order to develop halal tourism industry, actually there are three things that we have to focus on. The first one is the need to have. What?
The second one is good to have one, and the third one is nice to have one. But the first one need to have means that it is very important and necessary. What are they? The availability of halal food. The second one is facilities for a place to do worship or to clean up ourselves, and also no Islamophobia. Okay, next. And there is a Ministry Bureau of Tourism under the Ministry of Tourism and Communication was set up in order to organize all of the development. And there are two policies that becomes the focus of this strategy. The first one is creating Muslim-friendly environment. And the second one is increasing number of the halal certification for restaurant and accommodation. In order to create the Muslim-friendly environment, there are many aspects that have been done by Taiwan authority. The first one, they try to increase number of prayer rooms, not only in private spaces, but also in public spaces. For example, like below, at the bottom, we can see that there are prayer rooms at the Taipei 101. That is the most iconic building in Taiwan. Do you know that? It was the second, the tallest building some time ago, in the world. So there is a prayer room there. Also at the Sun Yat-sen Memorial Hall, and also in Taichung high-speed rail station. The facilities are very big, very good, very comfortable. Like Dr. Anang said, we have to create qualified and good facilities for the tourists, and Taiwan has done it. And the second one, set up Muslim-friendly washroom in public, as I told you. Create conducive environment for Muslims to perform worship. So actually we are very comfortable to do that in Taiwan. And the last one, increase Taiwanese knowledge about Islam and Muslim. What is it? So every Friday or every near to the Ramadan, for example, a lot of journalists come into a mosque, the Taipei Grand Mosque, which is like, what is it, the biggest, Istiqlal. It is like Istiqlal in Jakarta. They come to make information to be shared to the public. And because of that, we can see that the number of prayer rooms, before there were only 7 mosques in Taiwan, but then the number increased to 44 in 2023. So there is very significant increase in this term. Please next. The second one, if we want to travel to a non-Muslim country, of course, we would like to have halal food, right? So in Taiwan, also there is a significant increase in terms of the number of halal certified restaurants and hotels, from less than 20 in 2012 until 300 and more in 2022. It means that within the 10 years, there are very significant increase. And also the second certification categories, there are so many. There is a Muslim restaurant, Muslim-friendly restaurant, Muslim-friendly tourism, etc. And they actually provide the types is not only for accommodation, for restaurant, but also for DIY, do-it-yourself activities. This is very not common actually, but Taiwan did. Okay, next please. And these are the halal certification bodies. If in Indonesia there is only 1, but in Taiwan there are 11 bodies, and each of them has their own logos. And we can see at the right side there is a halal certification put near to the store in a supermarket, and then there is also halal food corner at a supermarket. This is just example. Please next. And because all of the effort that have been done by Taiwan, so Taiwan ranked the best, number 10 from 2011 to the best number 2 in 2020. In terms of what? In terms of the most destination, the most Muslim-friendly destination in the world among the non-OIC countries. So it shows that Taiwan has done a very serious effort for this. And we can see that actually number of the Chinese tourists coming into Taiwan has decreased because of the new southbound policy, and then number of the tourists from the most populated countries, Muslim population countries, increased. For the next, see, these are the travelers, inbound travelers from Southeast Asian countries. Their number at the beginning, there were not many tourists from the southbound countries, but it makes the entrepreneurs or the owners of the halal restaurant felt very disappointed because they could not get the return on investment. But after that, they could get the result. This next. We have to remember that actually the tourist in Taiwan is not only the inbound tourists, but also the one that stay in Taiwan. Who are they? The first one is the workers. There are a lot of workers, Indonesian workers there. Mostly they are Muslim. And then there are also students. Some of them are also Muslim. And then more and more professionals. And then also mixed marriage. Right now, more and more non-Indonesian Chinese descendants got married with Taiwanese. Okay, next please. Okay, so do you know that a lot of people, a lot of Indonesians there have contributed to the development of the halal tourism industry. If you are there, what do you want to contribute to the industry? Do you have any idea? These are very simple things, but can also contribute to the development of the industry. The first one is provide halal foods or snacks. So, because at that time there were not much people who provide this kind of foods, and then a lot of students try to make the food, and then this is very good for the students because they can get it cheaper compared to the prices at the restaurant. And then the second one, they establish prayer rooms. Like the news in the middle, there was An-Nur establishment of new mosque in Taiwan. And then also they become the bridge between student and also the school management. Also, the next one is establishing Halal Information Center. So there is an organization, Muslim organization, that established this center, and they make like halal card. So this card is actually very useful for the student who do not understand Mandarin to buy food over there. Next, please. And also there is apps in order to make Muslims there get easy access to buy the foods, to buy the snacks. This apps is very useful. And also some people share the information about the halal tourism industry or the some interesting places in Taiwan, but provide halal food. They share the information through internet, through Facebook or Instagram. Next, please. And also there are many culture and religious events organized by Taiwan authority in order to attract Muslim tourists, but mostly these are attended by the domestic tourists there. For example, after Idul Fitr, they took a prayer in a mosque, and then after that they gather at the Ta'an Park. There is a very big festival over there. Next, please. And these are some promotion that are done by the authority. The first one is they make the technology. They use the technology to improve the Muslim travel experience through website, through apps, and then they collaborate also with the influencer and also with the Taiwanese tourist board. So for example, like below, there was Indonesian Instagram influencer who was invited to be the model of for the promotion. And then there was also writing competition experience about halal tourism in Taiwan. So how they have the experience living in Taiwan. This is kind of cheap promotion, you know. And also the government provided subsidy to attract foreign tourists. Please next. And these are some expos held by Taiwan, either both in Taiwan itself or in other countries. Next, please. Okay, so this is the last part. What can we learn from Taiwan's experience? The first one is because of the democratic system in Taiwan that makes Taiwanese accept Muslim. Taiwanese can accept Islam. And then the second one, they have provided a very qualified infrastructure facilities for the Muslim visitors. And the other one is because the community engagement. So the community have also contributed to the development of this industry. And the last one is the government incentive, and they collaborate with other countries like Malaysia. Okay, next please. I think that's all from me. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Bu Rininta Nurrachmi, for sharing your knowledge about Thailand tourism today. Taiwan really have concern about halal tourism. I just know about it right now. Okay, a big round of applause please to our three speakers. Finally, now we have reached the end of this presentation. I would like to say thank you to all the speakers for the great presentation. But before we move to Q&A session, let me briefly summarize the main points and takeaway from our speakers. As a conclusion, tourism industry in ASEAN increases economic sustainability, generates employment opportunities, and fosters cultural exchange in region and beyond. While the conventional tourism has grown substantially, and Asian halal tourism also shows a huge potential. We have a big potential. Several experts have noted the need for ASEAN to strategize well, specifically by prioritizing the construction of halal certified infrastructure, effective promotion, integrate transportation system, and multi-sectoral partnership to support developing halal tourism. That is all about the conclusion. Thank you to the speaker and also thank you for the audience. Okay, now we move to the last session, Q&A session or opinion. Please raise your hand if you have a question and wait for the microphone to reach you. So please say your name, raise your hand, and don't forget to state don't forget to asking your question. Before that, state your major affiliation and to which speaker you ask your question. Do you have a question or I go first? Agung? Agung, okay, let's move to Agung first.
Thank you. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, let me introduce my name. My name is Raden Mas Agung. I am the College of Students from International Relation Department. So I have a question, and this question for three our honorable speakers. Right. My question is how we as college student, especially as International Relation Department student, can contribute to the strategies of halal tourism or even Islamic tourism of our country, Indonesia. Maybe like begin with the master plan or even the strategical or even tactical move, cause Indonesia as we know has a lot potential to developing and become the top tier in this kind of sector. Regarding of that was said before, Indonesia was still not yet have master plan for seriously develop this kind of sector. And we as Indonesian Muslim, we don't just want to be a consumer for Muslim tourism, but hopefully we can be also the one who make the Indonesian halal tourism more grow. And my second question is for our three honorable speakers. In your opinion, which region in Indonesia could be potential to develop this Muslim tourism sector? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for your questions. How we as international relationship students contribute to the Islamic tourism. When I see students, they are very attached to social media. So for them to promote Islamic tourism, somehow they can make something viral, right? So when you see that you can travel to other provinces like West Sumatra, or maybe you are originated from West Sumatra, Aceh or Lombok, or maybe in West Java, you can like promote the simple thing is like promote your masjid. Yeah, masjid can be a simple source for Islamic tourism. By promoting your masjid, what is the unique characters of your masjid, and put it in social medias and tell how the stories of it, and you can share it to others. Maybe from that starting, you can promote Islamic tourism to other regions or to other countries. By doing that, you can make virals from TikTok, and people will visit your masjid, and it can benefit also the economic sectors from people surrounding the masjids, like people who sell stuff near the masjid, and that you also can contribute revenues to your regions. That's the first start, a simple start. And for the second questions, which region can potentially, so currently the potential regions is West Sumatra, Aceh, Lombok. But if we can specify it more, I think every province in Indonesia, they have the potential to enhance their Islamic tourism. It also starts from promotion, right? So social media is the important thing. So I think all of you come from different province. So the simple way is like promoting your region or your areas from like masjid, or maybe there's a historical site, or maybe places for halal food. So people are more aware what is the product for halal tourism in your region. So that's the basic thing. So the important thing is start from social media, So if you want to be a professional levels, you can open your website or start from the blog and always update your blogs and promote your blog. So that's the easiest way to promote Islamic tourism, because digitalization is very happening right now. So people can be famous from TikTok, Instagram. So it's the way you manage and how you design your content to make people are interested with Islamic tourism. Okay, thank you.
Rita, please.
Okay. I think I do agree with Ibu Rini's answer. But I would like to add a little bit more. So you have to write it in English in order to attract more foreigners coming here, okay? Or maybe you can write down in the plain language if you are able. And besides, you can also make like a specific title in your either Instagram or TikTok, maybe like Indonesian Muslim friendly tourism. By making that specific title names in your social media, people can search it easily and then find out your account, and they can follow you, and also you can like updating which interesting places that are also available, the halal certified restaurants, or maybe Muslim friendly facilities where the places are. So by providing the picture of the places, you can also add the information about those facilities. I think that is simple, but also will be available, will be very interesting. And the second question is about which place are possible to be built as the halal Muslim-friendly tourism. In my opinion, Indonesia is actually having so many interesting places, and they can be built to be a Muslim-friendly environment, but with many, some syarat ya. For example, like the openness of the people, of the society. They have to be like open mind that halal tourism is not Islamic tourism, is not, we are not going to make all of things to be like Islamic, so that like the case in Bali, a lot of people disagree with that, but actually it is also possible to make it happen, because Bali is, and Taiwan, for example, almost similar. The situation, most of them are not Muslim, right? But in Taiwan can, because of what? People in Taiwan open their mind, and they welcome the government to open it up. So probably Bali can make it better to be Muslim friendly tourism. That's in my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu Rini and Bu Rita, for the questions. Let's move to other question for the answer. And okay, I saw a student raise her hand.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day to you speakers and everybody in this room. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ataya Raihan Nashwa Bramoro. I'm a second year student in International Relations major, and I wanted to ask regarding Ms. Rininta and Ms. Rita's presentation. I have two questions actually, and all speakers are welcome to answer the questions. So the first question is that Ms. Rininta, you mentioned that the urgency for Muslim-friendly tourism was moved by the tragedy of 9/11, and in some countries, Muslim tourists may face increased scrutiny or discrimination due to security concerns that have developed over time. And my question is, how does Muslim tourism impact perceptions of Islam in non-Muslim countries? And does the presence of Muslim tourists in the demand for halal-friendly services challenge or fight these stereotypes and improve perceptions of Islam? Or does it lead to tension and resistance in some societies, considering that there's a global rise in Islamophobia? The second question is regarded to Ms. Rita Pawestri's presentation. How does Taiwan focus on halal tourism influence its diplomatic and economic relations with Muslim majority countries, with Taiwan promoting itself as a Muslim-friendly destination? How does this impact its ties with Muslim majority countries in Southeast Asia, the Middle East, or even beyond? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I'm sure our speaker can answer that question.
Okay, thank you very much for your questions. Very nice questions. So I try to answer on the first one. So initially we see that 9/11 give a lot of effect to the Muslims, especially Islamophobia. But if you see, there are many cases for the non-Muslim. We see like real cases. For non-Muslim, they see that perspective from the news that Islam is related to terrorism and war, but when they approaching the Islamic history or Islamic people or Muslim majority or Muslim group, they see that it's not as bad as mentioned in the news. So you see that a lot of non-Muslim converted to Islam, and that's why Islamic tourism is very important to promote the real knowledge of Islam. And currently also happening, we're still having a war between Hamas and Israel. And from that news, we see that a lot of Palestine is still like stand up and doesn't feel sad, doesn't feel down. And a lot of non-Muslims seeing it from the news, they are inspired and they want to learn more about Islam. That's why we see that a lot of news that many non-Muslim converting to Islam, because they see that how the Islamic knowledge is teaching us to be like sincere and accepting what already happened or already planned by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So that's why the best thing about the Islamic tourism is promoting the real Islamic knowledge to other people, not only the Muslim but also the non-Muslim. And also there are beneficial for the Islamic tourism, and also I can specify it on the food, halal food. There are cases before in UK, United Kingdom, where some of people prefer to choose the halal food because it's more hygiene and the process is more clean compared to like eating the non-process of halal, because they see that it is more healthy. There are cases of like a horse meat, so contaminated with the beef meat, so they feel that this is not the real thing. So that's why a lot of non-Muslim in the United Kingdom prefer to choose the halal meat because it's better and cleaner, and the process is more correct compared to the non-halal one. So that's why when we can promote Islamic tourism better and share the Islamic knowledge, people are more aware that this is the real Islam, and we can show that people are not being skeptical of Islam by seeing in the news as a tourism or Islamophobia. I hope that answered your questions. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so I answer the second question directly ya. Okay, siapa tadi? Lani ya? Ataya. Lani ya jauh ya. Ataya, thank you for your question. How Taiwan can maintain the diplomatic relation? Is it like that with the Muslim majority Muslim countries? Yeah, but do you know that
Do you know embassy? Everyone here, guys? Do you know embassy? Okay. So in Taiwan, there is no embassy, but there is Indonesian Economic and Trade Office. It is like embassy, but not embassy. Because of what? Because there is no relation between Taiwan and Indonesia. So, but Indonesia and Taiwan have a very good relation, a very good cooperation. Through what? A lot of through economic cooperation, and then also through social and education. A lot of Indonesian students go there, also workers go there to, yeah, they go there for working, for studying. And because they live there, they have experiences how to live in Taiwan as Muslims, and they have their good experiences are, for example, written in their blogs, in their social media, or their other medias, and everybody else who are not living in Taiwan can understand that, oh, living in Taiwan is good. For Muslim, maybe at the first time they got difficulties, but after that, oh, that's because I haven't known Taiwan yet. But after living for a while, they can adjust their strategic living, and oh, I know that I love Taiwan. And that is what I'm feeling. Taiwan is my second hometown, home country. Yeah, I really want to go back there again and again. And usually, students who go to Taiwan would like to study there again because of what? The environment is good, even though they are Muslims, because the environment in Taiwan is getting better and better for Muslims, so they are enjoying it. And when you have good experiences about living in Taiwan, you actually become the duta itu apa ya? Ambassador, the ambassador of Taiwan and the Indonesia relations. And so that is actually like a soft power of Taiwan and Indonesia that can be used for increasing the relation with the other countries. Yeah, I think that is one. And the second one, of course, Taiwan has to promote the Muslim-friendly tourism outside. Like I showed in the presentation before, there were many exhibitions held by Taiwan, either overseas or in Taiwan itself. That's my question and my answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Bu Rita, for the answers. Pak Anang, are you still there?
Yes, thank you. Inshallah.
Pak Anang also want to answer the question of the student.
Well, yes, straight to the point. Thank you for the questions from Raden Mas Agung and Ataya. So from Mas Agung, I think the contribution for students, because as I told you that 80% of the Muslim reason, I would like to encourage you to create not only a diplomacy, but also it is good for you to create a cuan. You know cuan? It is good to create business. When you go to my recommendation, I say that the urgency of halal tourism or Muslim tourism is a digital application. That is why digital application, digital technology, as I mentioned that actually it happened also in Taiwan. Thank you for the information. Well, in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Thailand, once you touch down to that country, and then you are asking where is the halal restaurant, where is the halal destination, and where is this and that, and then from that application, you can easily get the information. So it means that Mas Agung, you have, and friends, you have an opportunity to create that kind of what is it called, application. That's quite simple actually, right? And then you can upload, and then you can put it into freely, or you can get it once you what is it called, download that application, then you can make money. You can make a follows. And then secondly, yes, indeed, when we are talking about the destination, which is actually the destination which is really concerned on the destination of a Muslim-friendly destination. Well, it has been stated by the former speaker that yes, West Sumatra. I've been observing West Sumatra since 6 years ago, and still right now, I'm creating the new ecosystem of what is it called, halal tourism destination of the day. So it is really friendly. The problem is when we go into the fundamental attributes, atribut dasar, masjid yang bersih, musola yang bersih, makanan yang halal, sanitasi yang bagus, tempat wudhu yang terpisah. That's a really big problem. Kalau kita ke Singapura, when we go to Singapore, we find that there are many, not many, there is a masjid that is what is it called, managed with a good quality. Even it is accredited by ISO 9,000 something, right? Atau for 14,000 something. So it means that they maintain the quality. So when I spoke to Istiqlal, Imam at that time, then can be managed with the standard of ISO. Well, standard of ISO is actually cannot be only one of the, the option. Our Ministry of Religion, Kementerian Agama kita, is also having a good standardized of masjid and musola. So the problem is we are not very concerned, and we are not very strict on that quality. And then how to make another one is, it is good for you to create like, online travel agent or something which is focusing on halal attraction or halal tourism destination or something. So it is quite easy. You can create 1-day tours or 2-day tour. Well, Jakarta is also very, very promising to get that one. I think you can use, if you understand about marketing concept, you may start by peer-to-peer direct selling or peer-to-peer direct promotion. So it is good to start with digital things. So that is for Mas Agung. And then Ataya, I think we have to focus on, in my opinion, I've been involving on this kind of halal tourism many years back, right? I've been in my journey. I identify and find the definition. What is Islamic tourism? What is Sharia tourism? What is Muslim-friendly tourism? What is halal tourism? What is halal-friendly tourism? What is Muslim family-friendly tourism? There are a lot of things that we try to understand. But in short, I would say that, in my opinion, the most proper and the most suitable terminology that right now in Indonesia, it is good to use a Muslim-friendly tourism when we are talking about tourism, right? It doesn't mean that Sharia tourism is wrong. No, there is nothing to do with that one. Islamic tourism is wrong. No, the concept is also, I believe it is also correct. But when we are talking about fundamental attribute, what is Muslim-friendly tourism in Indonesia? Number one, it should be based on industry-based. It means that the youth market should be served with a good quality. That is industry-based. Number two, well, Muslim-friendly tourism is inclusive. Well, I do agree with the previous speaker that why inclusive? Because actually when we deliver a good quality of halal tourism destination, let's say, a Muslim-friendly tourism destination, means that it is addressed not only for Muslim people, means that it is addressed inclusively. Because principally tourism is for all. So I think that is number two. And the last, Muslim-friendly tourism is an optional. So it is not obligation, except number one, halal food. Number two, clean prayer. Number three is good quality of sanitation. I think those things, number one is industry based. Number two is should be designed inclusively, and number three should be an option. So when you ask the hotel management, what is it called, to put the kitchen in the hotel and restaurant to be certified, if they don't want to take it, just let it. Why? Because this is a market. This is a competition. If they don't want to take a kitchen certification, they will be left behind with another competitor. Because the number of kitchen that is now certified by halal the number is growing and growing. I think those three things is very important to be understood. Thank you very much. Back to you, moderator.
Thank you for your answer, Pak Anang. Mbak Marina, do we still have time? Continue or next? Continue or stop? Stop. Okay, our seminar will end here. Thank you for your participation and engagement in today's seminar. I would like to thank to our amazing speaker once again for their valuable insight, and to the audience for your active participation. We hope you found this seminar informative and useful. Thank you for coming and have a great day. Big round of applause for us. So I give back the time to the MC.
All right, thank you so much for our moderator. And please guys, once again, give round of applause for our speakers and moderators for amazing presentation. Now, we kindly ask to all speakers to come forward below the stage, because we will give souvenir as a sign of appreciation from the Habibie Center.